Did you ever hear of the tree that only grew half its size? Because as it was growing, it looked around at the other big trees and thought, wow, I'll never be as big as that tree. Now, trees don't do that. Trees, they grow full size. They don't care about the other trees. When you plant an oak tree, it's gonna grow up and be a full-sized oak tree. Eventually. It does take its time, however. But we, as humans, we have the potential with our prefrontal cortex to start thinking about how we compare to other people and how we are compared to them. What we think about ourselves heavily relies on what other people think of us and how we look compared to other people. So oftentimes, instead of this motivating us and making us want to push ourselves and be better and be inspired because somebody else did something incredible, we become lethargic. We give up. We resign. We say, hey, I'm never going to be as big as X, Y, and Z, so therefore I might as well not even try. Therefore, I might as well just stay where I am. And this is a disease of the mind, and it's going to kill your growth and keep you from reaching your full potential. And the only way to fight it is like the disease it is, with some powerful, intense thinking and some deep inner change. What I want you to do is think about this. If people were constantly comparing themselves, if everybody compared themselves to somebody that came before them and looked at their growth and their accomplishments and thought, wow, I could never go any higher than that. Can you imagine where we would be as a civilization, as a species? We wouldn't have come very far. See, humankind, it depends on real growth, like explosion of growth, massive growth, people that can think outside the box and break boundaries, right? Not somebody who sits there and says, oh, well, somebody did it before me, so I guess not. In fact, you see more people break through once one person has. So really, the goal in life is to stretch boundaries, is to push yourself, is to grow as big as you can. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be bigger and better than everybody else. What I'm saying is that you should fulfill your potential and stop looking at everybody else and think about your own lane, what you're capable of, what you know you could and should be doing, and follow that path. Stop looking at everybody, everything around you. Don't worry about everybody else's opinion, and definitely stop looking at your growth and then measuring that against somebody that spent 10, 20, 30 years in their craft longer than you. This is not fair. Of course you're not going to feel confident. Of course you're going to stop working because you're looking at people that maybe have way more experience. They've worked much harder, they've spent a lot of time, invested themselves deeply into the craft, and you're trying to say that you should be there? This is not a good evaluation. Drop it. It's only gonna make you feel bad about yourself. Instead, why don't you focus on what's in front of you right now, in this present moment? How can you take one step closer to your dream? See, the best way to stop comparing yourself to other people is to say, what's one thing that I can do to get myself one step closer to my goals, my dream, my vision, whatever that is for you. How can I just take one step? Not how can I get to where that person is, or how am I ever going to achieve what that person did, but how can I take one step today? And you know what? That's how people reach these extreme heights. They take a step every day. They don't look at other people and go, oh, I can never grow as big as that, so I might as well just stay as a tiny little tree. Drop it. Drop it. You'll always be a tiny tree if you're constantly looking at the big trees and saying, hey, I can never be as big as that tree, so I'll stay down here.